Nikai, it seems like we were talking to you the last couple of years. You were just kind of the young guy. There was a lot of older guys around you. Now you're one of these veteran guys on defense. Do you feel like that? And are you kind of taking more ownership, knowing that the younger guys are now looking at you being one of the leaders?
For sure. I always felt like since a kid that I was always going to be somebody that somebody could ask questions and look up to, even as a freshman. But now knowing that younger guys are coming in, just being a guy that somebody could rely on, ask questions, even if they didn't get it from coach's perspective, just getting it from more as a player perspective.
What have you learned from Coach Williams, Coach Reed, especially Coach Reed who's come in recently? What kind of things have they been able to kind of stress to you guys during the spring?
Really more technique. Coach Reed is more of a younger coach, so just having that juice and energy and talk crazy, talking to the offense, you feel me? Because it all brings competition out at the end of the day, so we all want to compete to get better.
The guy, speaking of competition, obviously the past season, playing a bunch of Big 12 backs that are generally big guys, you stepped in and had to help, get in the trenches there. I know they talk about DBs making their bread, trying to do coverage, but how much of a badge and honor, how much better have you developed tackling running backs this past season, and how will it help you in the upcoming season?
I feel like I developed a lot more. I was kind of smaller, so my main focus after the season was putting on more weight. So I added 10 more pounds, so just feeling stronger going against other backs. And then, of course, we got one of the best backs in the country on our team, so going against him every day, it kind of brings the juice.
How would you describe the changes in the defensive schemes that you've seen so far?
I think we're going a lot more physical, and we're going to be getting after the quarterback and the running backs a lot more, sending different kind of pressures and disguises.
You talked about growing as a leader. You have a lot of guys from your area on your team that are younger than you. Are they guys that looked up to you throughout their high school career, and does that make it easier to lead them now?
Yeah, I feel like just me being a senior and them in high school, them being the younger guys, I always had an influence on them. So coming to college and just being able to play for my hometown and them still being in high school, I was able to gravitate to them, just showing that we can do it. We are here. We can play for our hometown and provide and produce.
You shifted last year from nickel corner to safety. So when you look back at last season, what do you kind of evaluate when you look at your own tape, and what are some things you want to try to improve upon as you get ready for another year?
I feel like definitely knowing all the positions definitely helped me in a way. Just adjustments and being able to be like that quarterback in the secondary and getting everybody on the right page. So I kind of influencing the younger guys to just don't focus on one position, because if somebody go down in this position and you don't know it, you lost your opportunity. So just trying to get everybody to figure out every position and just don't be one.
So who's Nikai, who's had, I know you practice 3 times, you take a week off for spring break, you come back, but who's been looking good? Who's kind of impressed you, in the early going for UCF out there?
I would like to say Chasen Johnson like Mari said, he's not looking like a freshman. He looked like he'd been here before and he's ready to take on that role. And if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to play a lot.
Yeah, I know they've been putting him out on the first team. What has he done? What are some of the things that you've noticed him doing out there?
Pass breakups, just trusting himself, honestly. No matter who goes up in front of him, some people as a freshman, they kind of nervous. First day he came out and made it known that he's here to play, he's here to take somebody's position.
Nikai, what's the thing you'd like to see this defense improve the most on this year?
Of course, stopping the run is the big emphasis, and I think the different packages and pressures that we're going, I don't feel like it's going to really be a problem, but just all abiding in one group and having that focus.
I know you can't give us the playbook and all that other stuff,
yeah.
But what kind of stuff has the coaching changes and all that brought to kind of give you different mentality to attack that particular aspect?
A lot of hot coverages, so a lot of all-out blitzes and cover nines and different type of variations, and just to mess with the quarterback head, really, honestly. Disguising, and I feel like we're going to get a lot of turnovers and we're going to stop the run for sure.
And I asked you questions earlier about tackling Big 12 backs and things of that sort. Seeing a big guy like KJ back there breaking out in practice and all that, what is that something that can help guys develop from the DB perspective?
Oh yeah, of course. KJ is a big dude. Honestly, no matter what position he plays, he looked like a tight end back there. So we haven't really been able to tackle, honestly. So when the scrimmage occurred, Coach said that QBs will be live one scrimmage. So just being able to get used to tackling him is going to help with running backs, receivers, tight ends, whoever.
team.
And likewise with RJ, like we talked about him too
Yeah.
being a good back. He's obviously got speed and agility. Now that he's a small dude,
Yeah.
but how much has RJ helped you get better?
Always, every day in practice, just him. We know he's getting the ball, and we know he's a great back. So you got to really own in the tackling him, open field, and in the hole. Because even when you think you have a tackle, a guy like RJ, you can still make something happen and break. So just being focused.
Who's somebody you're practicing against that's impressed you so far here?
Practice against?
Yeah.
I'll probably say RJ, Kobe Hudson before he left. More freshmen, just everybody honestly just coming together.
So you're impressed with the group as a whole?
Yeah,
like, coming
as a whole, everybody.
There's a lot of transfers that came in on your side, especially in that back seven. What have they brought? Has any of those guys, I mean, are you noticing their experience?
Oh, yeah.
Who's kind of stood out to you
For
as far as the transfers?
Tennessee and Threat also, they very experienced guys that come with the juice, good tacklers. So just having them and the guys that already been here come together and be one, I think it's gonna be very special.
You talked about your off-season, getting bigger was more of your priority. You have a new strength coach and Coach Kinsey. How's he helped you in that?
I think he helped a lot for the whole team, just owning on and taking care of your body and little things that we probably didn't know that we needed. Just him owning on to that speed work and agility, just everything, honestly.
Nikai, in your opinion, how can you guys win spring practice?
Just competing. Just everybody don't take it as it's just a practice. Treat it like a game. Treat it like we want to get better every single day.
How did you approach the offseason, studying your craft and getting better?
Especially I watched every game at least many times. Every day I was
The whole game or focused on you?
the whole game just to see what I can help other players. My whole thing is if I'm the only one doing good and everybody else, the whole team is gonna be God. So I just want to be able to help everybody as much as I can. I want everybody to be able to help me. But if they see me slacking or something, I want them to get on me just like I'm get on them.
What did you notice as you watched these games? Is there something that you picked up on?
It was just want to for the most part, honestly. Everybody, all 11 on the field has to want to be great. Everybody has to want to work together and do their job. Everybody has to do their job. No hero.
You guys you're going spring. You're only going up against your own quarterbacks. You got KJ coming in here. How much has he maybe tested you guys? He's a little bigger quarterback, a little stronger arm. How much has he tested you guys? Maybe.
He touched us a lot. I mean, he doesn't know us, and we don't have a good fit for him. So it's an open battle. He trying us, and we trying him at the end of the day. So it's good just to be able to compete and have a new face on.
Working on the back end with Damari, how do you feel like your guys' skill sets complement each other, and how have you kind of formed the communication and playing lots of reps together last year?
It's big, me and Mari. We both from the same area. We played 7-on-7 together. Like we played together before this, and just us coming together. And we started the whole year together. Now it's more on getting everybody set up. Just because me and Mari could tweak some things. So if we have that communication, we have that trust in each other to be able to still produce.
I asked him about the depth chart in the secondary specifically. You got 3 guys from Seminole, you got Brady from Lake Mary, you got yourself from Apopka. Are you starting to see that kind of vision being laid out when you were being recruited, that the backyard is going to be something that was important, and how is it, 3 years later almost, how is it kind of like hit you to see as many familiar faces coming here as possible?
I mean, that was the plan from the jump, getting recruited and taking that step to come in here was to show that, okay, there's nothing wrong with being here at UCF, and we want other guys, other hometown guys to just stay home and make their hometown great. So I feel like it's coming along, it's going to keep coming along. And not even just in the DB position. D-line, we got John Walker from Osceola there, from Osceola, Kayla Call from Apopka. So like just everybody coming together. Tyrese on the offense side from Houston, like it's going to go.
Is that your recruiting pitch?
Something. Yeah, I love you. Yeah.
Damari said that you sometimes remind him about the fact you beat him a couple times.
Oh yeah, we always talk about that. I mean, whenever the topic comes, it's a big topic. So he beat me, I beat him, but I mean, I want more time. So
How do you like
I kind of win.
How do you like Apopka's chances against Seminole this year?
Honestly, I don't know what's going on. I can't speak. I'm always gonna root for the Daughters for sure. I can't speak when I'm not on the field. So at the end of the day, we're gonna see.
Nikai, what are you hoping you and the defense can show in the first scrimmage on Saturday?
A being aggressive, and tackling. That's the main part. Tackling and stopping the deep threat.
What fuels you?
My family, my brothers, just knowing how much people rely on me, and so it's like it gotta work. It gotta work on it.
DeMar said you guys are the defense has done a good job of, especially so far in spring, of disguising things, changing things up. Do you feel like that's kind of been the point of emphasis?
Oh, yeah.
A lot better than what you guys did maybe last year.
For sure, disguising is a big thing. Just being able to mess with the quarterback's head and not give him an easy read and an easy throw. So disguising is a lot. Pressure we coming with. It's gonna be different.
You guys did more than you did last year.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of feel do you have for Ted Roof as a play caller, or stylistically, it's the way he wants the whole defense to operate?
I mean, he's an older guy, so he has a lot of experiences just on how the game of football changes and evolves. So he has that experience, and he's big on details. So he's gonna be he's a good fit, right?
Because I think it was DeMar mentioned that Addison's big on details as well. So what kind of things are you guys looking at? Are they looking at specifically when it comes to details? Like other examples you can kind of provide that the way that they either coach or the way that the things they expect of you?
Splits, just paying attention to splits, and down the distance is a big thing that we're paying attention to more, and just formation, just anticipating what's coming before it comes, so you can react faster.
How important is spring to setting the tone for this fall season?
I think it's a good starting point. I mean, we haven't played football since December, so and we still have that bad taste of how the whole season went, honestly. So just being able to come and compete and have a good thing to look forward to from going to summer and fall camp.
Having gone against him for the last 2 years, Javon Baker has a chance to get drafted. Something that maybe be a day 2 option. What are teams? What are front offices? What are teams? What should they be looking at when they think about taking Javon Baker?
Athleticism for sure, and just being able to make his contested catches. Once the ball goes in the air, he is most likely he's gonna come down with it. So just knowing you're gonna get a dog.
Thank you.